Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to May's Happy Table. Today I'm going to be fixing a taco soup. It's very easy and simple, but it's very delicious. Okay, let me show you what we're going to need for this taco soup. Okay, you're going to need 1 pound of ground beef. You're going to need a can of diced tomatoes and green chili. Okay. You're going to need I think it's about 15-ounce can of pinto beans. Okay. You're going to need a 15-ounce can of black beans. And you're going to need, I think that's probably about 11 ounces of shoe-peg corn. 11-ounce can of shoe-peg corn. And you're going to need a 46-ounce can of tomato juice. It's 46-ounce can of tomato juice. And then you're going to need a 1/4 cup of ketchup. Whatever type of ketchup you use. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of it. And then you're going to need 1 tablespoon of white sugar. 1 tablespoon of white sugar. And then you're going to need 2 packs of the ranch dressing mix. You're going to need 2 packages of that. And then you're going to need 2 packs of taco seasoning, whatever kind you need. And you're also going to need 1 medium or either large onion chopped. And you're going to need 1 cup of beer. Whatever type of beer you use, it really don't matter. You just going to need 1 cup of the beer. Okay, those are the ingredients you're going to need. I'm fixing to go off for a minute, and I'll be back to show you just how easy it is to mix it up. I'm going to take you through step by step. Be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and I'm fixing to show you how to mix this soup up, just how easy it is. I'm old school, and the old people used to always tell us, I can show you better than I can tell you. I always take just a little bit of cooking spray and put it in my pot to start things off before I put my ground beef in, because you know it's going to make its own grease, but it will kind of stick. And I had this pot sitting up here, one pan in the kitchen up. You don't have to have it. You don't have to start your ground beef off cooking too fast. It's one key to good cooking and delicious cooking and everything. Being easy do not mean not taking your time and doing it right. Let me put this over here. Some people get easy mixed up with going in there rushing through it and throwing things together. That's not the way you do it. Always take your time. While you're browning up your beef and everything, just take your spatula, a spoon, or whatever, and just kind of chop it up as it cooks. You see how when I put that that little bit of cooking spray over in my pot, it let me turn it back up a little bit. I turned it down too low because while I was over there showing you the ingredients, I had my pot on them and it got a little hot on us. Don't take long to do this. You know, if you're using ground chuck or something that has very little fat in it, something, you know, I think with ground chuck, which I don't particularly care for ground chuck, it really don't run up too much oil, so you probably wouldn't even have to go through that there draining step. Excuse me for hitting up against the pot and stuff like that, but I'm just trying to get the meat kind of separated and broke up before I turn my heat back up on it. Since I had it so high, but I still didn't burn anything. That was because I had it heating up on low. I had it heating up on high while I was over there when I was talking, telling you what you needed in it. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead on and put my onions in there. Put my 1 onion in there. And let that kind of brown up with the ground beef. I think I'm gonna change spatulas on you, so I won't be killing your ear with all that there dinging and banging. I'm just gonna stir this around probably for about 3 or 4 more minutes till the pink get out and the onions just, you know, get a little translucent. But when, you know, it's got to cook for simmer for about 30 minutes, and that's when your onions and stuff are finished cooking. Believe me, they won't be raw. See how it's kind of slowly cooking? This is fine. Like I say, remember, do not get in a hurry with your cooking. Take your time. Take your time cooking and not cooking too fast, and not cooking stuff too high. It ain't too much of nothing you can't cook. All I'm doing now is just making sure all the little pink is out. Like I told you, I'm not too worried about the onions getting where it needs to be. There was something else I forgot to mention to you. I'm going to do all of this in one pot. You ain't going to have a lot of dishes and stuff mixed up. This is like the one pot dish. Let this cook for another minute, and then I'm going to go ahead on and drain my beef and mix the other ingredients in it. I'm gonna put the timer on it, because I'm a person, I've been cooking for many years, but I live by my timer. I always have needed that's what they call it, a ballpark idea or figure or whatever you want to call it. Just make me conscious of the time. Because sometimes if you get to trust in your memory, oh, that done been 10 minutes, you're thinking it done been 10 minutes. It may not have been 10 minutes, or it could be way longer than 10 minutes. Everybody's 10 minutes are different. I noticed that. and a minute is not as long as you think it is. I've seen some people say, well, I'll do it, do it about a couple of minutes. And if you're sitting there watching it, that couple of minutes may be about 10 minutes. Let it cook, because, a lot of cooks don't go with measurement and time. I have to, okay? That's, I had the timer set for 1 minute. So, okay, I'm fixing to go over here and drain this, drain my ground beef, and I'm gonna show you how I drain it. Let me get my colander real quick. Maybe I can do it from this spot right here. All I do is try I drain it over in my colander, and the excess grease is going into a bowl. That's one thing I want to tell some of the young cooks. I told my daughter the same thing. Do not put that excess fat down your sink. You're going to get clogs. I've been living in my place for about 30 years and I never had grease clogs. And I know people get in an apartment in a year, they got a clog. Okay? It's really done drained. And I'm going to take it and put it back over in the same pot that it came out of. Just that simple. And I'm gonna tell you how to dispose of that excess fat in there. I'll tell you the easy way to do that. I take it and pour it in one of my cans. That my tomatoes or beans or whatever came out of. I pose it in that and tie it off in one of those grocery bags you get from the grocery store and put it down in my garbage can. Okay, the next thing I'm going to go ahead on and put my seasonings in there. Gonna put my seasonings in there. Just kind of sprinkle it out, it kind of evening out over the meat. So when you put your liquids in there, it'll easily blend up. Like I say, that's the reason I'm showing you what I'm doing, so you about know. Okay, that was one of my packages of taco seasoning. Sprinkle the other one over in there. I'm new to these here cooking videos, but make no mistake about it, I'm a long ways new from cooking. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but if I have a recipe, it ain't about too much of nothing. If they gave it to me right, it ain't hardly too much of nothing I can't fix. Okay, I got the 2 packs of taco seasoning over there. Now at this point, I'm gonna go ahead on and add that 1 cup of beer. So when I add those other 2 packs of seasoning in there, it won't, be trying to stick. This smells good already. And now this hemp beer is just mainly for that flavor it's gonna give off. If you're feeding this to children, It'll be fine because all the alcohol gonna be cooked off. If you give it to if you give it to your little toddler, they're not gonna be staggering around. Okay, this other pack. Add it in there. That was your ranch dress seasoning. Those 2 packages of ranch dress seasoning. Now just take your spatula and kind of start moving all of that around. Get all that well incorporated up in there. Always well mix your ingredients and stuff together. Make sure you give it enough time. I mean, stirring it enough or whatever. If you are kind of a bit of a beginner cook, after a while you're gonna get a feel for it. It ain't so much all the seasoned cook know so much more than what you do. They just been doing it longer. Okay, I'm gonna put my 1 can of tomatoes and chili in there. Making a mess. And stir that around a little bit. If you kind of stir a little bit, stir it around a little in between each ingredient that you add, it make it easier. You ain't got to do too much stirring when you get it all mixed up in there together. Okay, go ahead on with your 1 can of shoe-peg corn. Just put that on up there. Okay, I got my can of black beans and my can of pinto beans. I put them in the strainer for them to drain because they need to drain. So both of those cans is mixed in there together. We're gonna go ahead on and drop that over in there. Stir it around. Now, if you ever want to, if you are college student or just a young lady or a man hadn't started your life yet, and you want to impress some of your friends and make them think that you can show enough cook, make up you a pot of this, and they will be like, whoa, they know what they're doing. And you seeing how easy it is. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead on and add my 46 ounces of tomato juice. I know you noticed you didn't see me put any salt in there. Now that salt gonna be to taste, because both of those season packs that I put in there is full of salt. Not full of salt, well, it's got enough salt in there. And those the tomato juice, all this stuff has salt in it. So you want to be ever so careful with your seasoning. And once it sort of cook up a while and you see where you need a little salt, go right ahead on. Okay, let me get me a spoon so I can put my ketchup in there. Just go stir it up so. You can make you some grilled cheese sandwiches, or either get you some of those tortilla chips and put you some cheese and sour cream on the top of it. And I tell you, and get you a salad, you got yourself a full meal. It's very filling and it's tasty. The reason I like to make this here after the holidays, you know, after you done did your little turkey and ham, you ready for those, you ready for that poultry to go on back into the fields or wherever it's supposed to go, and your pigs to get on back in the pen. You're gonna don't have enough of that type of food. You want something different. Save that for a little later on. Okay, this is my tablespoon of sugar. And just stir it around. And that's it. I'm gonna put the lid on top of this and let it simmer for 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna come back and serve you up a big nice bowl of taco soup. As them old people used to say, I dare you to try it. You'll be making it all the time. Especially when you want your little Mexican and don't want to spend the money on it. This usually satisfy that taste for a little Mexican food. Okay, like I say, I'm gonna let it come on back up to a little boil and turn it down to simmer for 30 minutes, and I'll be right back to show you the finished product. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and the taco soup is ready. And it's kind of cold here today. This is gonna really come in handy. But it's ready, and like I told you, I simmered it 30 minutes on low. And let me dish up you a nice hearty bowl full of this soup. Like I told you, try it. I've seen a lot of taco soup recipes, but not one exactly like the one I use. Let me dish up you a nice warm bowl of this taco soup. Okay. I normally have sour cream I put on mine, but I don't have any today, but I always sprinkle me a little cheddar cheese on it. And you could also serve this with with some nice moist warm cornbread, Mexican bread, Jiffy bread, or whatever. But this is my taco soup. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to come in when I'm sharing other videos, because I plan on, I'm new to the YouTube world, but I plan on putting up lots of good recipes. So if you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified when I put one up, and come on back to May's Happy Table, you will not be disappointed. Thank you for watching my channel, and bye.